Hello everybody. In this video about kombucha goals, I'll talk to you about the goals for the lab and kind of the general layout of what you'll be doing each week. And so this page is in your lab manual, so you can locate it if you want to read along or make notes or whatever. So this kombucha research project goals lists for you the things that we are hoping that you will learn this semester in lab. If you have watched the kombucha intro video, you may remember that one of the overarching goals, which is not really written down here, is for you to get really good at all of these skills so that you can use them in future biology labs. And then this bottom one, read and interpret written directions, is just a very important adult life and work skill. And this lab will, in order to be successful in this lab, you'll really need to get good at that. So these are the different things that we are hoping that you will improve in this semester, your kombucha research project goals. Each of the weeks we'll be working on one or more of these, and then in week 9, the post lab, which everyone will do that week, will ask you to rate yourself on how much you have improved on each goal. If you feel like you're doing well, then you'll be asked to give an example of a way that you did well. If you feel like you are not as successful with that goal, you'll be asked to think about ways that you might have prepared better or ways that the lab manual could be improved. So these are the goals for the kombucha lab. Okay, next page in the lab manual is kombucha lab tips. Now, I understand that you might think that this is an extra page. Like, sometimes I do not read the preface in whatever book, I just skip it. I think, how important can this be? This is very important. The kombucha lab tips have been left for you, the new student, by previous students who have finished the lab. So at the end of the lab, they have been asked if you could tell previous you something to help you be more successful in lab, what would you tell yourself? And these are the tips that they have written. So students who have finished the lab have written these tips to help imaginary previous themselves or to help current you to be more successful in lab. So you should definitely read this page. Like, you will not be graded on this, but it has been left here, this information from previous students to try to give you a bit of a jump start on the lessons that they have learned over the course of the semester. So there is that page. The next page in the lab manual is the overall semester schedule. Okay. And so you will notice this is for those of you who like things to be in color. If you are not a color person, you can skip this page. Okay. But if you are a color person, then here in the first column is listed for you all of the different goals or skills that you will get to practice this semester. And then this very top row is each of the weeks of lab. So the lab is 14 weeks long. And so this chart is called a Gantt chart, G-A-N-T-T, if you've never heard of it. And it lists for you in a color code format what's going to happen each week. So week 1, you just go to lab, make your lab groups, and do some lab introduction stuff. You learn where everything is in lab, figure out where you're going to sit, stuff like that. Then week 2 starts lab. And so on week 2, you're going to choose or use experimental variables, design kombucha, and write hypothesis. In week 3, you're going to choose or use experimental variables, write hypothesis, make kombucha, and make graphs, etc. And so this just shows you, is a graphical way to show you what you're going to be doing every week in lab, which will be different from weeks 2 to 8. Week 9 is the kombucha wrap up. Week 10, you turn in your poster. And then after that, we do the shark. So this is the semester in graphical form. If you will scroll, you don't scroll. If you will turn to future pages, we're going to go to week 2. You will notice that the week 2 in lab and the week 3, etc., is going to have little headings of stuff that you do, and they will be in color. These colors will match these colors. And so these same headings and these same colors will appear every week in the list of stuff that you're supposed to do that week. So if you are a color person, this hopefully will help you to feel like your lab is organized. All right, that's it for this video.